Hey folks, this is Joshua. I wanted to give you a walk through the Typemarker plugin, the various things that it adds into your MainWP dashboard. There are three things we're going to look at. One is Pro Reports, one is the branding of your dashboard, and the third is importing Pro Report tokens. So we'll take a look at those in the reverse order. So we'll check out the tokens, the dashboard, and then the reports. So once we have this plugin installed on our dashboard, we're going to see a couple extra options over here in the menu. We're going to start taking a look at this token importer. We need to set up a CSV file for your websites, and what this is going to look like. I need to get a sample one provided for you, but you'll have each of your site URLs. These need to match what is in your dashboard. You'd have this column that says Pro Reports. That's the type of token that we're going to be importing. And then a column with each token that we're wanting to fill with a value. There are a couple tokens that the Typemarker plugin adds in. So for example, this client brand color primary, it'll add that in. You don't need to have values for all of these, but do note that the data you import here in this CSV, even if it's blank for a token, will overwrite any information that you have set on these specific sites. So once I import, I'm going to notice that these three sites are going to have brand new token values, even if I had stuff in there before. So we'll select this CSV and click import. Once I do so, it's going to show me how many tokens were imported, the sites, and the information that was imported. So if I go, here I am on the snippet farm, and refresh this, we'll come down and look at these tokens. We'll see that Farmer Joe is the contact nickname, and here I had Farmer Joe that I was importing into that site. So that's the token importer. Styling our dashboard, as we can see right now, our dashboard has kind of the default MainWP colors. All of our menu items are available over here and up in our top menu. We have tooltips that are showing when we hover over things. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with this dashboard settings. So there are elements that I can hide. I'm going to choose to hide. For now, I'll just hide everything so you can see what disappears. I'm going to add a logo here, and I can set custom theme colors. So if I want to grab my specific colors, I can do so. Let's say for accent colors, I want to change this. Instead of when things are good, instead of having it green, let's have it blue. We'll leave the rest of these the same, and grayscale colors don't control a whole lot right now, but may down the road, and may be used for Pro Report templates a little bit. But you can probably just leave that alone for the moment. So we'll go ahead and update this and see how this gets changed. We update. Oh, it's asking that I need my agency URL. That's something that's required. So we'll go ahead and fill that in. Okay, so now we're good. All right, so I'm going to open up MainWP Dashboard, and I can see that is quite different than the default. So as I switch back and forth, you'll notice that colors have changed. My logo has changed up in the top left. There are several menu items that have been hidden because I don't need them anymore, both over here on the left and up here in the top right. So that's branding for our dashboard. You'll notice that the color of connected sites or things that are good has also changed. So that's branding the dashboard, and then the last thing we want to look at is the reports. So there are a number of options down here for Pro Reports. It gives us an idea of how many Typemarker reports we have installed on the site. Right now it's shown that I have one template available. You can set custom document size, landscape, or portrait for orientation. Portrait's probably going to work best with most of the reports. You might find that some would be able to go landscape, but not sure why you would need that. But it's an option available at the moment. And then you can select whether you're using what analytics extension you're using or what security extension you're using, so that the reports will properly pull that information in. For colors, you can choose to use the report colors. So if I go over here under extensions, let's go to Pro Report extensions, and here's a test one that I have. If you've used the Pro Report extensions yet, you'll notice that there are various options you have here for messages that are included, how the data is presented, logo, header image, report colors. So if in Typemarker you have report set for the colors that are to be used, it's going to use these colors that you have set for every report that is generated. If you choose to select MainWP Dashboard, it's going to overwrite those colors and instead use colors that you have set here for your dashboard. And if you select client tokens, now this one is probably not quite yet available because I think it requires an updated version of Pro Reports that may not be publicly available yet. But if you select client tokens, then what it's going to use are the tokens that we have set up for our site. So if I go in here to Snippet Farm, you'll notice that we had these tokens for client brand color accent and client brand color primary. So the primary color for that specific site and the accent color for that specific site. It will grab those, and so every site can have a custom color for its report. If a site doesn't have those tokens set, it will pull from these default colors here for that client. You can have a CTA button text, so let's say we want to do review us, and let's say that was google.com reviews. I don't know where that's going to take you, but you should have a custom URL for people reviewing you on Google. Maybe that's the call to action you want. Maybe you want it to be people to log into their account on your client dashboard or something. So this call to action can be used in emails that are sent out for those Pro Reports. Email images here. By default, the Pro Reports are set to use an external URL. So what that means is it's going to use a URL that has your dashboard domain in it. So every email that's sent out, in the code of that, it's going to be reaching out to your MainWP dashboard, grabbing that image and pulling it into the body content of their email. I'm not a huge fan of that because that exposes your MainWP dashboard in those emails, like the domain of it. So one option that we've introduced is you can select data URI, and that way the image is embedded in the email rather than it being loaded externally. Some mail clients, for example, like Gmail, the Gmail app, don't like that, and it's gonna present them with some crazy stuff. So maybe not something you want to do, but kind of a trade-off. So if you want to have that as a data URI, you can do that instead. For the email image at the top of emails, do you want to include the header image that you've set in the report, or do you want to include the logo that is set in the report? Let's select logo for now. Agency URL, this is what's going to be linked to in some of the reports where you're, so like at the top of an email, if your logo is included, someone would click on that, it could take them to a specific URL. And then the footer text, thank you for partnering with us. Maybe you want to have your email address or physical address in here as well for the footer text. This would show up on the emails and the PDFs. So let's go ahead and save all of this and see what we can get for a couple reports, and hopefully then all that stuff that I just walked through really quick maybe will begin to make some sense. So let's take a look at a couple of these sites. Here I have, right now I'm on one of the default templates that I'm going to, oh, it doesn't look like I have installed one of the available templates. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've added that report back in, so we'll see this is the default report that we have. It's usable. I'll save this, and I'm going to go ahead and send one so we see what happens here. Yes, actually, you know what? I am on my local dashboard, and I don't think that's going to send email through, so we're going to have to forego that at the moment. But let's at least do a download report, download PDF, and we'll get to see what we have here. Nope, error reporting data. So I think that means that that site is not connected. Let's try one of these other ones. Oh, that one is getting the same. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that interruption. Yeah, those sites apparently aren't connected at the moment, so I'm going to look at this snippet farm. I set it to a date that's a little more current too, so we have some information. And when I download the PDF here, we're going to see that this is the report we get. These are the colors that were set in the client tokens. The moment there's some information that is not provided. There were no theme updates or WP updates. I don't currently have this connected to Uptime Robot since I'm on local, and so some of this information isn't coming through. But we can see we're given a nice formatted report. I'm going to go back and change a couple things here. So let's see what happens when we remove our header image, and when I also, let's change this to report colors. So now I come here and I see my custom report colors. We have text and we have accent, a blue accent. We're going to download a new PDF. And we'll see that if I remove the header image, that's no longer shown. Our colors have also been updated to use the report colors. And then I could similarly, if I wanted to say, well, I want to brand this with my specific dashboard colors, I could do that. So change the MainWP Dashboard, and let's check out one more report. Let's download this one. And there we go, we can see that we have those colors. And similarly, we would see those change on the email that came through as well. So that should be a pretty comprehensive overview of Typemarker for the moment. hope you're able to put it to some good use. If you have any questions or encounter issues, please let me know. All right, thanks.